So, welcome to the Business Spotlight Series. My name is Steve Kiyama, and I'm the franchise owner of Action Coach Business Coaching here in Northern Virginia. And I'm your host today of the Business Spotlight podcast. And today I have the pleasure to introduce Elissa Leif, the CEO and founder of Mini Matters LLC, as my guest. So, today we're going to talk about Elissa's business, her journey into business ownership, challenges, best practices, share a peek into what it's really like to own, operate, and build a business, especially here in Northern Virginia. So this is your first time on the channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to get notifications when a new show like this drops. Elissa, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here today. And if you would, please share a little bit of background about who you are and a little bit about your business.
Thanks a lot, Steve. My name is Elissa Leif, and I started Mini Matters. We're also known as Mini Matters Video and Marketing, with an old graduate school friend of mine named Barbara Haupt. And we were having lunch together about a little more than 15 years ago. And we started thinking of and just talking about this new thing called YouTube and how it could be very effective for nonprofits and other organizations to convey their messages, show what they're doing, not just tell, fundraise. And we both went home after that lunch and decided, actually, that's what we really wanted to do. And luckily, both of us felt the same way. We came back together and we decided to start Mini Matters.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let's put a little bit of context on that. You've mentioned a partner. What's the rest of the structure? Are there more partners than just the two of you? Are there investors? What's the structure? How are you built?
Yeah, we don't have investors. There's two partners. We have one employee, and the way that video production works is it tends to work is very project based. So we have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of what we might call like affiliates or
Mm-hmm.
partners, subcontractors. We have probably five or six different animators or animation teams, camera people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we do a lot of the interviewing and editing, but should we have extra work, we have extra producers,
Yeah, good. Yeah,
sound people that we call on. Like it
yeah.
depends on the need of the project. Like, depends what the customer needs. Like they maybe need a big crew and then, we'll, recruit that crew.
Yep.
Um, and, if they're doing animated video, that's what we bring. Those are the people that we bring on board. So we're very
Fantastic.
flexible.
Fantastic. Fantastic. In that kind of a business or any kind of a business, really, there's a whole lot of hats that have to be worn, anywhere from marketing to selling to production to operating the camera to being the talent in front of the camera to being accounting to collections, all of that kind of thing. Which hats do you wear at this point?
Well, at the beginning, Barbara and I wore all of the hats.
I'll bet.
Then we, started outsourcing, especially camera work, because that you really have to keep the cameras
Hmm.
current and updated and really master that. It's really its own craft. So that
Hmm.
was one of the first things we outsourced. Accounting, bookkeeping, we also
Hmm.
outsourced. We hired our first staff person, I think, in 2017. Her
Hmm.
name is Janet, and she is really in charge of our like website and marketing. Although we're working with a company now to update our website a bit. I would say the hats I wear, I oversee the like I'm the CEO, so I oversee the bookkeeping and
Hmm.
finance kind of team.
Good. Yep.
um, and I would say Barbara and I pretty much, and occasionally Janet, like split, you know, who is the primary like project manager for a
Hmm.
particular project.
Hmm.
So, I have a bunch of clients and projects. Barbara has a bunch of clients and projects. Janet has a particular specialty in ASL, American Sign Language. So if we have a
Hmm.
project that deals with that, then Janet
Good.
Janet would manage it. But that's pretty much how we're structured.
Awesome. 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 Talking about that, let's talk about customers. Who are the typical customers? Who do you serve best? And along with that, what makes you unique so that you are the best for that kind of customer?
Yeah, so our typical customers are like national nonprofits or associations. A lot of them are in the medical and health and science fields.
Hmm.
Um, I think, and some subcontracting to government agencies. I think our ideal customers or clients that really like us are ones that have very complex information that they
Hmm.
want simplified and communicated effectively through video.
Hmm.
So they might have something technical, like it could be like an extension program that wants to communicate exactly how septic systems work and what like technical things you have to be aware of,
Right.
or it could be related to transportation.
Hmm.
We're very good with policy. Oh, and a lot of medicine, like
Hmm.
different kinds of diseases, conditions, the latest in medical information
Hmm.
taken from experts and maybe directed to patients.
Got it.
So that type of like translation of complex information
Hmm.
through
Hmm.
video, and we do that both through animated and filmed video. I
Got it.
think that and what makes our business unique is that we kind of combine video production skills in like animated and filmed, but with a pretty strong understanding of the content areas that our
Hmm.
clients need to communicate. We're not just like a video company that you hire just for production. We'll really, think about your content, and we're pretty quick studies, and we've done a bunch of stuff in some pretty technical fields. So we can interview your people. If you have complex content, we can interview your people in a way that is intelligent and they'll appreciate. And yeah, so I think that's like a standout thing. Like if you have complicated content, we're good for you, I think.
It sounds like, and a lot of people, when they think of video, they think it's solely of marketing. But it sounds like you're getting into a lot of things that, yes, marketing, but also training, also communicating among groups, memberships, and things like that. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say we do a lot of training video. My background happens to be in education. I have a master's in
Mm,
education. I love, video is very effective for education, and conveying information because you use the audio and the visual together.
hmm.
And that's very, very helpful for learning. There's also a lot of techniques you can use to make it more effective.
Okay.
So I'd say we do a lot of training. I'd say also like community building is a good aspect. Like, we deal with a lot of associations as clients, and they're trying to make a community among their members. They might
Hmm.
show a big video at, one of their, annual meetings that
Hmm.
showcases what their foundation does and all
Hmm.
the members that contributed to that and how they
Hmm.
made that happen and
Hmm.
how they're one community. So that type of community building through video is also something that we enjoy, I would say.
If I was in the audience and saw this recording, how would I know it's you I should call next?
Um, I would say, yeah, like going back at like if you have complicated content
Hmm.
that you want somebody to understand, if you want a
Hmm.
true, like a true partner, not just somebody you're hiring to just film something.
Hmm.
And yeah, and I would say that, you probably most of our clients want to make multiple videos,
Hmm.
like, for it could be like for different purposes, even
Hmm. Hmm.
series of videos.
Hmm.
Most of our clients are not just trying to make like one video for their homepage. They're
Hmm.
like having a broader video strategy or training strategy that involves videos. So we
Good.
tend to take on a little bit bigger projects than just a single video
Got
usually.
it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're not trying to be at the low end, if so to speak. Got it.
Yeah, like we're much more like, project based and
Yep.
usually strategic, so
Yeah.
there's like a number of things in an annual plan or something like that.
So thinking about your business as a business now, what's been a memorable hurdle you guys have had to overcome?
I would say it's kind of interesting, because we've been around for more than 15 years. Like when we started, we were like having to persuade people that video could be effective
Uh-huh. Yeah.
for communicating and that they should invest in video. And so that was something to overcome. And
Hmm.
what's nice is those people that we persuaded in the early years, a lot of them are still like our
Hmm.
clients. And
Hmm.
now they have many uses for it
Hmm.
and are glad
Hmm.
that they started. Um, I'd say nowadays, I mean, to be really honest, there's a space for professionally produced video that's truly effective for meeting your
Hmm.
goals. And there's also like anyone nowadays can produce video just by,
Hmm.
having their phone. So,
Right.
I'd say there's, a challenge right now is, making sure to connect with people and help them understand what that space is where
Hmm.
professional video would be helpful for them.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I don't like, you've probably heard like AI slop, that kind of, term, or, there's
Hmm.
all this even today, there's stuff
Yeah.
about, AI generated videos and stuff like
Right.
that you can just churn out. But for an organization that really wants to accomplish like really important marketing or educational
Hmm.
goals, we want to be there and be able to help them.
Awesome. Awesome. And let's pivot off of that. What do you see in the future over the next 5 or 10 years? Where are you going?
Where are we going? I'd say we'd like to try to like keep that human element and like put forth the idea that quality is important,
Hmm.
understanding the audience and
Hmm.
really catering to like a higher like a higher level of video, like, avoiding that kind of I don't want to say avoiding that kind of slop, but really, there's a place for this, and making the
Hmm.
case
Hmm.
that you know intelligent video that explains things. People need to understand things even more nowadays because they're
Hmm.
just flooded with information. I mean, I guess maybe what I'd like to see is that we're known for, cutting through,
Hmm.
all the, I don't know, mess that's going on to convey
Hmm.
information,
Hmm.
um, that people need to get to their audience.
Oh, you mean communication is important?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Where do you see the main challenges there?
Yeah, like maybe like I was saying, I mean, I think there's a flood of, and it's just started. There's
Hmm.
just like a flood of slop, you can
Hmm.
not just some of the AI generated kind of cartoon type stuff that you've seen now, but like things that just throw together some images and
Yeah,
a
right.
script that could even be generated by AI. And
Yeah.
um yeah, I do see that as a challenge just for our whole society,
Hmm.
and that maybe gives us some motivation to keep
Yeah,
doing what
yeah.
we're doing and to keep marketing what we're doing and what we're about.
And find things that AI can't do well.
Yeah,
Um,
which there are plenty of those.
there are plenty of those. Yeah, yeah. Very good. What do you see to this doing for you personally? Where are you going? You're building a business for a reason. What do you see this doing for you?
Um, well, I am able to support my kids going to
Hmm.
college and that kind of
Hmm.
thing. I'm able to be charitable, like,
Hmm.
like the business does earn
Hmm.
money. It's also, a creative outlet for me.
Hmm.
I love uh I love explaining, I'm come from a family of teachers. I love, explaining things, helping people learn. Um, and, I love working with great clients
Hmm.
that, and one thing that's nice is people enjoy making videos. So like
Hmm.
our clients like have a good time with it. And we try to make it as easy as possible for them because like people in the nonprofit sector and the association sector are working very hard and they don't need more of a burden. So we like to
Yeah.
bring, like with doing a video project, we want to make it enjoyable for them. We want kudos to go to them. Um, enjoy like, in a way, like I used to be in the nonprofit sector
Hmm.
and now, I want to make sure I, help those people
Good.
because they're kind of, they're working hard, they're fighting the good fight
Yeah.
and, want to contribute to that in some
Awesome.
way.
Fantastic. Thinking down that same road, and again, business focused. If you started your business again today, knowing what you know now, what would you do differently, if anything?
Um, would it be bad to say, so are you talking about like, today is like a different time in
Yeah.
history? So,
Yeah. Today.
uh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a great answer. I'm like really happy with how I'm really happy with how things have
Okay. Yeah.
gone. And
Yeah.
um yeah, I guess I might, it might be fun to be part of like a little bit bigger
Mm-hmm.
network
Mm-hmm.
of um I, I don't know. Like it's gone very well.
Awesome. So you're
So
happy with it at this time.
yes, yes.
Awesome. Fantastic. And that's a very good conclusion, actually. So before we wrap up, though, let's do a couple of rapid fire questions and see what kind of fun we can have with
Okay.
those.
Okay, sure.
What would you say is a key to success for you?
I would say like, kind of, just trying to be like smart, knowledgeable, focusing on the needs of the client, and I would say understanding the culture of the organization,
Hmm.
or and in terms of like providing video and helping them think through their needs.
Hmm. Hmm.
Each organization has a different culture,
Hmm.
and so that kind of cross-cultural understanding
Good.
might
Good.
be important, I think.
Good. Yeah. If you and I were sitting having coffee at the coffee shop and somebody walked in, they were talking about starting up a business. What's one piece of advice you would give that person?
So when we started our business, we went to this thing that I think it was called like Smart Start 1 2 3 or some name like that.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
you went in and they had a lawyer, a CPA, and an insurance agent,
Oh, good. All right.
and they each presented, and basically we got ourselves a lawyer, an insurance agent, and a CPA,
Good.
and um, some of those are still with us, and that that provided a good foundation. You want to do things, I think, the right way. You want to
Yes.
start, like in our case, we have partnerships, so we wanted to start with an operating agreement. Um, just getting all the legal stuff done, and
Yes.
then when you start getting like we got like fairly early on, we got like a very big client. It's really helpful to have a lawyer on your team. So I think
Yes, it
getting
is.
those fundamental business things down is really helpful at the
Yeah,
start.
and all three of those are very important. So that's very, very good. What is one book you're reading now or have read recently that's had a positive impact on how you've driven your business forward?
Okay, so it's just something I enjoyed. I don't know if it's had a positive impact on, I do like reading fiction.
Hmm.
I think a really good element of some of the videos that we do, even the training videos, is storytelling.
Hmm.
So, I like reading fiction. I'm in a book club. We just read something called Tales from the Brokenhearted by
Mm.
a Yemeni Jewish Israeli female author. And it addressed like the issue of like culture and
Mm.
storytelling
Hmm.
among this female
Mm-hmm.
community. And I don't know, I just like books that like thinking about how stories are told in
Mm-hmm.
books, and I think that does contribute to
Mm-hmm.
having a broader perspective and
Mm-hmm.
thinking about how stories are told in video so that they get through to people and impact them. And I
And
think
that sounds like an entirely different culture. And that's a good reflection on how cultures can be different.
yeah, yeah.
Good, good. You've had a great journey. You've had a lot of fun. You've learned a lot of
Yes,
things.
yes, definitely,
Awesome.
definitely. I think it's a great thing to do. I'm really happy.
From that experience of building a business, what are you most proud of?
Um, yeah, I'm like proud of like taking that step out of, the bureaucracy
Mm-hmm.
doing all those various tasks at the beginning
Mm-hmm.
and straightening things out and,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out like what it is that, and I think my business partner as well, like what are the parts that we like to do,
Very good.
and what are the parts we want to contract, and what are the parts we're good at. And
Mm-hmm.
I think we've sorted that out.
Okay,
And
good. Good.
uh, so yeah, so I'm proud of that. And yeah, just I'm proud to contribute to the economy because
Yeah.
we do hire teams, we pay them well, we pay them on time.
Mm-hmm.
um Proud to contribute to the local economy and
Very good.
that type of
Very
thing.
good. Perfect. Following up on that same question, just for fun, if you had a magic wand and it could magically improve one thing in your business this afternoon, what would it be?
Yeah, so I think we're working on it right now, but I think the website, I mean, I like our
Mm-hmm.
website, but like, Google's like changed its algorithms,
Mm-hmm.
there's like Chat GPT. So um, we want our website to, have like traffic that, with the new kind of world that's kind of out
Mm-hmm.
there. So I would say the website, but we're working on that.
Okay,
Um,
good.
and yeah, and I wish, we, our local economy, I think is, we're doing okay, but like, I know a lot of people are not. I wish we could hire people that are so qualified and, have lost their jobs from the
Mm-hmm.
government.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could generate, enough work to like, employ some more people. And I wish, you know, everybody had a opportunity to have like a satisfying career and job. And
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we're going to ask the most important question here. How can people who want to know more get in contact with you most effectively?
um, so they can go to minimatters.com, minimatters.com. They could email videos at minimatters.com, or they could call 301-339-0339. Be happy to talk to anybody.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Last question. What's most inspiring to you today?
Oh, you said what's inspiring to me today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say people, in today's world, I guess people who have courage, anyone who is vocally standing up for less fortunate people or people
Mm-hmm.
who are vulnerable or being attacked, despite a cost, any cost to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone who goes into politics or policy, right,
Mm-hmm.
for reasons of benefiting the broader community,
Mm-hmm.
despite the challenges of doing that right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
And people who build community across differences, and people who are vulnerable and who are showing great resilience or trying to despite the odds. So
Awesome.
it's a hard time, and I like people who have courage. They
Who
inspire me.
persist.
Yeah, they inspire me. Yeah.
Awesome. 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 Very good. This has been fantastic. You've shared some really good things, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
So to the
for having me.
audience, I encourage all of you watching the show to save it and come back and watch it. Alyssa's shared a couple of really good nuggets here and a couple of really good perspectives as well. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications every time a new conversation drops. Thank you to everybody who's joined us, and a special thank you to you, Elissa, for being with us and sharing your story and being vulnerable. So I appreciate that very much.
Thanks for finding me and happy to be here. Thanks. Thanks a lot, Steve.